This young boy leads a life of wealth most of us can hardly fathom. Allow me to introduce Prince George, the little royal destined to acquire an astonishing fortune along with some prestigious titles. From the moment he was born, his baby attire sparked a massive fashion craze, and he was showered with over 1,000 presents, including a charm bracelet valued at £10,000. His impressive car collection already features a miniature Aston Martin and a kid-sized electric SUV. As for his vacations, think lavish getaways to Mustique or glamorous ski trips to Portugal. Looking ahead, he's poised to inherit multi-million-dollar estates, irreplaceable heirlooms, and the symbolic right to represent Wales as part of his royal duty. Curious to know more about the privileged life of this 10-year-old? Stay tuned, but fair warning, you might just find yourself green with envy. A historic legacy worth billions. The British royal family stands as one of the world's most renowned and long-standing dynasties. At its helm currently is King Charles III, who ascended the throne after the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch famed for her historic tenure. Key members of this celebrated family include Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, his wife Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, and their 3 young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Leading the line of succession is Prince George, the firstborn child of Prince William and Catherine, set to one day carry a prominent title. This young royal also stands to inherit substantial wealth. The financial resources of the royal family are a combination of private holdings, inherited riches, and funds tied to the monarchy as an institution. Among these is the Crown Estate, a colossal portfolio of land and properties estimated at approximately $20.5 billion. This includes vast rural expanses, as well as premier urban spaces in central London. While the revenue generated by the Crown Estate goes to the Treasury, the royal family is allocated a portion of it, known as the Sovereign Grant, to handle their official expenditures. Additionally, the royal family benefits from 2 major streams of income: the Duchies of Lancaster and Cornwall. The Duchy of Lancaster serves as a financial resource for the reigning monarch and is currently valued at over $814 million. Meanwhile, the Duchy of Cornwall, now held by Prince William following King Charles III's ascension, has an estimated worth exceeding £1 billion. As the third in line to the British throne, Prince George is anticipated to receive a significant share of the royal fortune. Currently overseeing the Duchy of Cornwall is Prince William, who holds the title of Duke of Cambridge. This vast estate, valued at over £1 billion, is destined to be passed on to George in the future. The duchy generates an impressive annual revenue of approximately £21 million, providing its owner with a consistent source of income. In addition to this, William has his own wealth, which includes inheritances from his late mother, Princess Diana, as well as from Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Meanwhile, King Charles III has amassed a personal fortune estimated at roughly £600 million. Although George won't directly receive all of this, a considerable portion is expected to flow through the family via trusts and inheritances. And it's not just liquid assets. There's also real estate of remarkable value, including the world-renowned Buckingham Palace, a property that exudes opulence in every corner. Estimated at a staggering $5 billion, this grand estate is essentially the family home of all family homes, but on a regal level. While George won't be claiming ownership of it anytime soon, it's more akin to his future vacation retreat, destined to be passed down to him. And then there's Kensington Palace, where Prince William and his family currently reside. With a valuation of about $630 million, it's the monarchy's equivalent of a family residence, blending historical elegance with contemporary comforts. George might one day look back fondly at tales of his early adventures exploring the palace gardens during his childhood. Let's also not overlook what could be called Granny's Getaway. The Queen's private estates serve as the serene sanctuaries where the royal clan unwinds. Just imagine young George darting around playing hide-and-seek in the corridors while the adults enjoy tea in the drawing room, such as the royal way of life. Beyond the Crown's institutional wealth, the royals also hold individual fortunes, which include investments, priceless artwork, dazzling jewelry, and more. The crown jewels, securely kept within the Tower of London and overseen by the yeoman warders, more commonly referred to as beefeaters, rank among the most priceless and historically significant jewelry pieces on the planet. This remarkable collection features crowns, scepters, orbs, and rings, many of them showcasing some of the largest and most renowned diamonds ever discovered. Although George won't directly own these jewels, they will be available for him to wear during official state events. Just picture the sheer weight of a crown topped with a 106-carat Kohinoor diamond resting on your head. Beyond this, the royal family also holds an extensive array of personal jewelry, some of which will be shared with George's future spouse for formal occasions. Moving on, there's the royal collection, cared for by the reigning monarch, which stands as one of the most extraordinary art collections globally. This collection boasts masterpieces by artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, and Vermeer. But it's more than just stunning art. It represents a vast repository of cultural heritage and financial worth. Of course, we mustn't forget the family's personal jewelry collection, which complements the renowned crown jewels. Talk about luxury with a rich backstory. These treasures hold far more than monetary value. They embody centuries of tradition and heritage. After the untimely passing of Princess Diana, she left behind a notable inheritance for her sons, William and Harry. Upon reaching the age of 25, each received approximately £10 million. Thanks to prudent investments, this fortune has continued to grow and will likely form part of the wealth young George will one day inherit. Beyond the castles and crowns, George will also receive a portion of his late grandmother's enduring legacy. Now, let's dive into the prestigious roles and responsibilities awaiting George. His future is far from being all garden parties and royal waves. He is destined to take on the esteemed titles of Prince of Wales and Duke of Cornwall. With these historic designations comes significant meaning and, of course, substantial financial benefits. As the Duke of Cornwall in the future, George will oversee the Duchy of Cornwall, a vast collection of properties and financial assets valued at over £1 billion, which generates an impressive yearly revenue of approximately £20 million. That's more than enough spending money for a prospective king. He will also enjoy access to multiple royal estates. Although Buckingham Palace won't fall under his personal ownership, he will likely spend a significant amount of time there. Meanwhile, family-owned residences like Sandringham House and Balmoral Castle will remain part of the private royal portfolio, adding to his rich heritage. Unlike the majority of people who face inheritance tax eating into their estates, George will avoid this financial burden thanks to a special exemption. This exemption, established through a 1993 agreement between Prime Minister John Major and Queen Elizabeth II, spares the monarch from the standard 40% inheritance tax applied to substantial estates. Consequently, the wealth and assets George is set to inherit will remain largely intact, preserving the royal family's fortune. Interestingly, the British sovereign retains the peculiar right to claim whales, sturgeons, and dolphins caught within 3 miles of the UK coastline. This quirk originates from an ancient law passed in 1324 during King Edward II's reign, classifying these creatures as royal fish. Though it's unlikely George will be heading out with a fishing rod and royal proclamation to claim sea creatures anytime soon, this quirky fact serves as a lighthearted reminder of the unusual privileges tied to royal life. Just imagine him casually telling his classmates that, technically, he could claim ownership of a whale if he felt like it. For now, George is focused on the simple joys of childhood, from schoolwork to playing with friends, but his future holds a captivating mix of age-old customs and contemporary responsibilities. Think about it. Today, he's perfecting his finger-painting skills and constructing castles out of Lego bricks. Fast forward a few years, and he'll be managing billion-pound estates and deciding where the next royal sturgeon belongs. It's safe to say his life trajectory is far from the usual "what do you want to be when you grow up" narrative. When it comes to wealth, Prince George is only 10 years old but already boasts a staggering net worth. Unlike a traditional bank account, the young royal's immense value stems from the titles, landholdings, and economic influence tied to his status. Estimates place his net worth at an incredible £2.7 billion, a testament to the unique financial world that comes with his royal lineage. This enormous figure doesn't represent cash sitting in a bank, but rather stems from his influence, the assets he stands to inherit, and the prestigious titles awaiting him in the future. The majority of his wealth is tied to land ownership and noble titles, both of which are expected to provide a significant source of income throughout his life. Adding to this is the phenomenon affectionately called the Prince George effect. Since his arrival in 2013, anything associated with him, be it clothing or accessories, becomes a runaway success. Not literally profitable in gold, of course, but it's not far off. Parents around the globe rush to emulate George's style for their own children, sparking a charming yet economically impactful trend. Take his 3rd birthday as an example. George was photographed in a son of a beach t-shirt priced at just £9. In under an hour, the shirt was entirely sold out, vanished like magic. The same scenario unfolded when he sported a Rachel Riley ensemble for his sister Charlotte's christening. Those clothes disappeared from store racks within hours. It's as if George has a magical ability to make outfits vanish in no time. Even as an infant, George's style was on point. Take the swaddling blanket he was bundled in while leaving the hospital. Demand for it was so intense, the brand's website crashed under the weight of eager shoppers. Honestly, how many infants can claim they caused a website to fail simply by being adorable? This level of influence has positioned George as a trendsetter in the children's fashion industry, which has experienced notable growth thanks to his tiny yet notable presence. So, while George is just living the life of a young boy, his clothing choices are powering a mini economic surge, solid proof that royal style is impactful, even at the age of 10. George's fashion choices have an economic impact that extends beyond merely boosting the brands he sports. They also offer a glimpse into his potential to influence the economy in the future. The value of his influence on the British economy is estimated at approximately £2.3 billion. This figure underscores the powerful role the royal family plays in shaping consumer trends and highlights their substantial economic contributions. As the eldest child of Prince William, George holds the position of second in line to the British throne. Once Prince William becomes king, George will assume the title of heir apparent and gain the dukedoms of Cornwall and Rothesay. titles steeped in historical significance and accompanied by financial advantages. The Duke of Cornwall title, in particular, comes paired with the Duchy of Cornwall, a private estate founded in 1337 to generate income for the heir apparent. Spanning over 135,000 acres across 23 counties in England and Wales, the duchy is currently under Prince William's management, bringing in around £20 million annually. Upon inheriting this title, George will also take on the duty of overseeing this extensive estate. George is expected to assume the title of Prince of Wales, a designation traditionally reserved for the heir to the British throne. Unlike the Duchy of Cornwall, which comes with a specific estate, this title carries profound historical and cultural importance. It's anticipated that George will be granted this title when William ascends to the throne, upholding a long-standing royal tradition. Furthermore, George will also be awarded a duke title upon marriage, as is customary within the royal family. Similar to how Prince William was named the Duke of Cambridge upon marrying Kate Middleton, this honor will be conferred by the ruling monarch. These titles and responsibilities will form a significant part of George's future royal duties. Despite his considerable potential wealth, George currently has no personal income or independently owned assets, as he's still a child. His financial standing is tied to future inheritances, associated titles, and the economic influence of his public persona. As young Prince George turns 11, which admittedly isn't all that old, you catch the drift of his future prospects. Perched on the brink of a future overflowing with heritage and immense fortune, it's almost as if he's the protagonist of a cinematic royal masterpiece, his current net worth standing at an impressive £2.7 billion. George isn't your typical schoolboy, by any measure. Far from it. He possesses land, prestigious titles, and a level of style influence that could easily catch Anna Wintour's attention. Yet, despite all the fanfare and royal spectacle, George still has the chance to experience childhood. He spends his days playing games of tag and mastering his multiplication tables, just like any other kid his age. However, looming in the distance is a destiny where he'll need to seamlessly balance centuries-old traditions and modern-day duties with finesse. With an opulent lifestyle in the mix, Prince George is anything but an ordinary 10-year-old. Surrounded by luxury, grandeur, and rich tradition since the day he was born, he's always stood apart from the crowd. Even before his arrival into the world, Prince George was surrounded by luxury and grandeur. While still in his mother's womb, he became the recipient of opulent gifts, such as a dazzling 18CT white gold charm bracelet worth £10,000, created by renowned designer Theo Fennell to commemorate his birth. However, this was merely a prelude to the extravagant presents that followed as he grew older. For his very first birthday, the young royal received over 1,000 gifts from across the globe, including an astonishing £18,000 playhouse gifted by his grandfather, King Charles. This miniature house, featuring a wood-burning stove and a comfortable daybed, symbolized the splendor that always surrounded George. While most children his age might have been content with toy vehicles, Prince George was building a collection of miniature cars that would leave auto enthusiasts in awe. Starting with a 100-pound toy tractor during his toddler years, he quickly moved on to more refined vehicles, inheriting his father's dark green miniature Aston Martin, a child-sized model capable of hitting speeds up to 20 miles per hour. This rare collectible, with only 25 in existence, became a treasured heirloom passed down through generations of royalty. But this was only the beginning. Back in 2017, Prince Harry, George's uncle, gifted him an electric SUV, contributing another polished vehicle to his ever-growing lineup. While most 10-year-olds might fantasize about owning a flashy car someday, young Prince George is already experiencing that reality. Though he is a royal, his parents strive to raise him as ordinarily as possible. Yet, being the third in line to the British throne adds a unique twist to the idea of normal. George, along with his siblings Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, is enrolled at the esteemed Lamberg School in Berkshire, where tuition comes with an eye-popping price tag of £7,000 per term. This exclusive preparatory school offers state-of-the-art amenities, such as a 25-meter indoor pool for swimming classes, a sprawling AstroTurf pitch, a golf course, outdoor playgrounds, and even a bee farm. While the cost of this education is undoubtedly steep, Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge are committed to ensuring their children have the best possible foundation for the future. With a mother revered as a fashion icon, it's hardly surprising that Prince George is consistently dressed to perfection. His wardrobe features an impressive blend of luxury brands like Ralph Lauren, Bowden, and Rachel Riley, along with trendy high street styles. Whether he's attending an official royal appearance or playing outside at home, George always manages to look picture perfect. In recent times, his wardrobe has leaned toward a more polished and formal style, with well-tailored outfits becoming a regular sight. During the Wimbledon final, for instance, he was seen donning a shirt, jacket, and tie, a decision thoughtfully orchestrated by his mother to help prepare him for his eventual public role. While other kids his age are perfectly content in casual jeans and t-shirts, Prince George is already honing his skills in the realm of royal fashion. When it comes to vacations, Prince George certainly doesn't do things halfway. From lounging on the picturesque beaches of Mustique to hitting the snowy slopes of Courchevel, his travels are the stuff of luxury dreams. At only 6 months old, he went on his inaugural trip to Mustique, where the royal family stayed in an opulent 4-bedroom villa equipped with a dedicated team, including a butler, chef, housekeeper, and gardener. The family has since made numerous returns to the Caribbean paradise, basking in the island's elegance. However, George's holiday adventures are not limited to tropical escapes. He's also no stranger to skiing, with the family frequently retreating to the exclusive ski resort of Courchevel in France. In 2016, they even flew aboard the private jet of George's godfather for their journey, because traveling in ultimate style seems only fitting when you're royalty. As the future King of England, Prince George is poised to inherit a remarkable collection of family treasures, ranging from invaluable jewels to historic properties. His destiny is steeped in both tradition and immense wealth. Among these heirlooms is the St. Edward's crown, a solid gold masterpiece worn by King Charles during his coronation. Decorated with over 400 gemstones, including rubies, sapphires, garnets, and tourmalines, the crown stands as a powerful emblem of royal authority and significance. Furthermore, there is ongoing speculation that George may one day inherit King Charles's illustrious Highgrove estate, valued at £3.9 million, further enriching his impressive portfolio of properties. While typical children might receive second-hand clothing or toys, Prince George will be entrusted with a legacy forged over centuries. When it comes to celebrations, George is no stranger to grandeur. His birthdays are widely celebrated with opulent parties and lavish treats, including a personalized collection of miniature cars. From opening gifts from his loved ones to indulging in cake with friends, his special day is always an event to remember. Yet, it's not just his personal milestones that George has the privilege to partake in. As a key figure in the royal family, he is regularly present at grand occasions, such as trooping the color and Christmas celebrations at Sandringham. These events, rich in tradition and ceremonial splendor, offer a glimpse of the life Prince George will embrace as he matures. At just 10 years old, his world is already defined by privilege, luxury, and heritage. Whether it's his opulent gifts, a budding classic car collection, elite education, meticulously curated wardrobe, extravagant vacations, prized family heirlooms, or memorable festivities, every facet of his existence is steeped in grandeur. Since his birth, Prince George has captured public fascination and adoration. Bearing the weight of royal expectations from a young age, many eagerly anticipate witnessing how this charismatic young royal will manage his path forward. Among the aspects of his life that spark the most intrigue are his potential career choices and future prospects. The question of how he will grow into his role continues to captivate the world. Even from an early age, George has displayed a noticeable interest in aviation, following the trail blazed by his father, grandfather, and uncle. During family visits to Germany and Poland in 2017, he was reportedly thrilled by helicopters and couldn't contain his enthusiasm for peeking into cockpits and identifying the various types of aircraft. This evident enthusiasm highlights a budding fascination with flight that could perhaps shape part of his future endeavors. At a recent garden party held at Buckingham Palace, Prince William shared with Reverend Squadron Leader Chrissy Lacey that Prince George dreams of one day visiting an RAF base, hinting at his budding ambition to become a pilot. This early inclination suggests that aviation may play a pivotal role in Prince George's future. His growing fascination with flying is deeply intertwined with his family's aviation legacy. Prince William, his father, served as an RAF pilot, devoting himself to public service. Likewise, Prince Harry, his uncle, underwent demanding training as an Apache helicopter pilot and participated in combat missions in Afghanistan. Even Prince George's grandfather, King Charles, has a notable history with aviation, further reinforcing this remarkable tradition within the royal family. These familial ties not only inspire, but also create a pathway for Prince George to potentially pursue aviation as part of his own legacy, embodying both duty and tradition. As he grows older, the education he receives will significantly influence his future endeavors. With his parents, Prince William and Kate Middleton, selecting Marlborough College for his schooling, Prince George is set to attend an institution recognized for its exceptional academics and well-rounded learning environment. Here, he will have opportunities to nurture his passion for aviation while sharing meaningful experiences with his sister, Princess Charlotte, strengthening the family bond even further. Following his time at Marlborough College, Prince George's educational and career horizons seem limitless. Whether he opts to delve deeper into aviation studies, explore military training, or pursue entirely uncharted paths, his years at Marlborough provide him with the foundation needed to excel in any arena. With the vastness of the modern world at his fingertips, he can embrace learning and personal growth wherever his interests may lead him. Reflecting on the future of Prince George, it's key to consider how the British monarchy continues to evolve. Under King Charles, efforts to modernize the institution are shaping a more adaptable and contemporary monarchy, one that Prince George will eventually inherit. Traditional requirements, like mandatory military service, may no longer be a given, leaving room for him to forge a path aligned with current values and aspirations. As a young member of the royal family, Prince George represents this shift toward a more grounded and relatable monarchy, no longer bound strictly by historical expectations such as military service. His choices symbolically highlight the family's growing commitment to inclusivity and balance between tradition and the modern world. His mother, Kate Middleton, also plays a pivotal role in blending royal customs with everyday life, as her commoner background represents a meaningful bridge between the past and present. Considering Prince George's interests in aviation and the strong educational foundation he is building, it's exhilarating to imagine the wealth of opportunities in store for him. With his early interest in aviation and his family's strong ties to the field, it's not hard to imagine Prince George one day embracing a career as a pilot. He could follow in his father's footsteps by joining the Royal Air Force, or perhaps steer toward a role in civilian aviation. The sky, after all, is his ultimate frontier. Whether flying commercial jets or taking part in high-stakes missions, the world of aviation offers endless opportunities for adventure and fulfillment. Furthermore, as aviation technology continues to advance, Prince George may find himself delving into areas well beyond conventional piloting. The rise of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and rapid progress in space exploration could position him at the cutting edge of innovation. From breaking new ground with drones to aspiring toward ventures in space, his keen intellect and interest in discovery might position him as a leader in these transformative industries. In addition to commanding aircraft, Prince George could use his platform as a member of the British monarchy to foster global connections. He might contribute to humanitarian efforts, support people in crisis, and work to promote mutual understanding among nations. Through such contributions, he could leave a meaningful mark on the world, building a legacy of unity and compassion. As Prince George celebrates his 10th birthday, his potential to influence the future remains boundless. There's no denying that his life is already remarkable. With a fortune exceeding that of most adults, he leads a life marked by opulence, tradition, and privilege. However, beyond the lavish lifestyle awaits a future laden with significant duties. As the third in line to inherit the British throne, Prince George's fate is deeply rooted in the enduring legacy of the monarchy. Looking forward to what lies ahead for him, one thing is for sure: his path will be anything but ordinary. Though still in his youth, he is destined to embrace the royal role awaiting him in the years to come. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to explore our newest videos just a click away.